Boy, do I have a story about Blue, my Quaker, for you. What do you do if your Quaker gets out and is not clipped? Look at those long feathers. Frankly, I've always thought they were a little funky. Usually they rest a little lower, like covering the tail. So Blue is so not clipped. What happened and what did we do? Twice, not once. Hey guys, I'm Kaylin, the author of The Parrot, Bliss and the new book, Get to Know African Grey and Cape Parrots, both available on Amazon. Get your copy today. If you are here to listen to what we did, in case you're ever stuck because your Quaker or parrot gets out, at least it'll give you an idea. Maybe you could try it. Then you're in the right place. My mission is to help increase the bond with your parrot, which can't happen if your parrot flies away like Blue just did, therefore reducing the need for rescues. Now, if you've been here before and you had already met Blue, and actually you know that Blue was a rescue, he was given to us because his human went to college, then you are used to hanging out. Thank you for being here. I love my fans almost as much as I love my parrots, and now my parrot is gone and I'm only left with my daughter's painted parrot. Illustration on my cup. What did we do and what's the Blue story? Well, let me tell you. First of all, Blue, come back. My friend was visiting. She lives out of the country. She doesn't come much. She doesn't come often, but when she does, she comes. Still, my birds love her. When Abby and Markle, our green cheek conures, are out, they're like on her shoulder the whole time. Blue took to her, made her feel loved. She was like posting pictures of Blue, and one of her friends was like, hey, if you can sneak him on the plane, I'll give him a home. And we're like, yeah, because that'll work out. But Blue is just loud, but other than that, he's sweet. He's affectionate. He's cuddly. You came back. Come here, Blue. Come here, Blue. He loves attention. He doesn't really bite. He cuddles. I mean, Blue's got it all going on. What a phenomenal Quaker who also purrs. You want to show them that you purr? Or are you going to be shy? You're not going to show them? Well, there's the sweet little song. Anyway, or the beginning of it. He's not in as affectionate of a mood. Now, my friend was therefore used to Blue being on her shoulder because he kept coming on her shoulder, but she doesn't have that subconscious mindset that you get when you own parrots to make sure there's no bird before you walk outside. Granted, my house has double entries because we've got lanais, which is like a screened area at the back of the house and the front of the house. So you walk out the front door and you're still in a netted area kind of thing, like the screening here. You could see the white bars. That's all screening. So Blue can be out here with me because he can't go beyond the white bars because it's netted or screened. So, we had this double system, but she walked out the garage door and she was behind me. So I turned around, Blue's there, and I'm like, oh my God. Blue opens his wings. And if you have parrots, you know, like they open their wings and they're gone, just gone. The wind carries him, there's never any wind, carries him in between our house and the next house over. By the time we run over to see where he's gone between the houses, there's no trace, there's nothing Blue left in the sky except the sky itself. Oh my God. I just sat there going, you're kidding. I didn't want my friend to feel bad. So I said to her, look, Blue was in his home, and because his human went to college and her parents work, he was home all day, and there were these, you know, there are dogs, and one of the dogs would bark at Blue and be mean. So Blue was starting to pluck. He was losing weight. Like, I think he was going downhill. So he was here for 4 months. He kind of had a great 4 months. Please don't feel guilty. And she's like, thank you. I'm still going to go look for him. I'm off over here. She's off over there. My daughter, I tell my daughter runs over. She's off. Like, we're all in different directions. My husband's out looking. A neighbor was so sweet. And she's like, what happened? And my husband's like, oh, one of our birds got out. And she's like looking around. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. Then my daughter calls me. She's like, Mom, I got him. And so I run out to meet her because I'm more used to holding him kind of thing. But she's holding him. And you won't believe this. She goes, hi, Blue. You came back. Oh, you came back. Hi, baby. Hi, Cuddle Bye. She says, I saw vultures in the sky. And I looked at where they were circling. So I went to where they were circling. I looked down and Blue was there. And he was on the ledge, like in the backyard on a wall. She goes, I went up to him. He let me grab him. She had him like right here. And then she's like, and I ran home. I could not believe it. My daughter just has a sixth sense when it comes to parrots. She's phenomenal. A lot of times I'll have her, I'm like, look at that parrot. They look funny. And she'll look at them and she'll be like, yeah, this, or no, you're being paranoid. But she's so smart because it's true. Wild birds of prey, they recognize a parrot that is domesticated. I don't know how. They must see it in the bird's vibe. Okay, you've got to see this. Blue's trying to drink my lemonade out of my awesome cup. Again, my daughter's design, shop.parrotbliss.com. But I love the tail. I love the butt. Oh my God, and he's getting some. It's water, lemon, and honey. But anyway, kind of like a makeshift lemonade. Anyway, those birds of prey, okay, that's enough. That's enough. I don't mind the water. I don't mind the lemon. I don't know how much honey you're supposed to have. I don't even know if you're supposed to. Like honey, would they eat honey in the wild? I don't think so. I don't think bees would be like, oh, sure, come on over, you big parrot with a beak. Come, you take all the honey you want. Yeah, I don't think so. So, birds of prey, they recognize those domestic birds and they make them instant targets for dinner kind of thing. So my daughter was really keen. It's so hard when a bird gets out like that. They're just not going to last. And so she found Blue within like 20 minutes. And we're so lucky. One time I had a parrotlet that got out. He was one of my favorites. I just adored him. He got out of the double doors. Like, how is that even possible? I don't even know. But he was right outside the lanai here because he was looking for me. And I was trying to get him to come down. And some birds flew by. That was the end. That was the end. That's the end. I don't even think, like, they weren't flying toward him, but it spooked him. And, it's a really hard thing when your bird gets out. So you have to really be careful. Either have a double door like I do, or really make sure that your parrot's somewhere safe, like in their cage or something, every time the door opens. Now, the worst part was we get Blue back in, and then the next day or so, the same thing happens. We go out, I think it was, I don't know if we were at the garage or, anyway, I turn around and my friend I think it was at the front door this time. I don't know. Anyway, I turn around and Blue's on her shoulder again. And so I say to her, take a deep breath and just really get really calm. And with that calmness, I did the same thing. I went right up to her very calmly, and then I just swooped on Blue. I got so lucky. And every time she was near the door, I'd look at her, and thank God that time he was outside, but that second time, I made sure we were both really calm. She was really great about following my directions because parrots pick up on your energy. So we both just got really calm, and I was able to just swoop on Blue, get him back in the house, not a problem. Then a third time she was at the door, and I'm like, stop. Don't go out the front door. So the third time it wasn't an issue, but I mean 2 times it's just phenomenal. Blue's like, it's a miracle that Blue is here. Our little miracle squawker. That is my Blue story. The other thing you can do sometimes is if you have another parrot of the species, you could take them in their cage outside. Like you have to make sure they're nice and safe, because when the lost parrot hears especially like a cage mate, but a buddy, this is how we got one back one time, a parrotlet. They hear their friend, I mean, they hear the calls, and they'll come more likely to that parrot. Like we're going, Blue, Blue, but Blue didn't respond. And one reason is they know that they're out. They're a little freaked out and they don't want to draw attention to themselves. So like, if we didn't see them, we almost could have walked by Blue kind of thing. And I don't think it would have made a difference. Like you have to be able to spot them. So instead, if they're same species, it's calling out. And I grabbed Cookie and on the tether and took Cookie around with me, and I'm like, yeah, call Cookie, make your Quaker sounds. But that'll help, you know. Sometimes they'll come to that other bird, and so that really helps too. Anyway, that's my freaky Blue story. Again, shop.parrotbliss.com. We have some awesome parrot merch. My daughter has different designs. We have macaws, we have a kike, we have a mix with the birdie cupcakes, we have a golden conure for Valentine's Day, and I need to get up my Easter one. She made 2 cute little Easter designs. One I think is an Easter. It's a green sheet conure, just turquoise colored green sheet conure eating the world, because they think they own everything. They're like that. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me one of these. Any comments below if you've lost your bird and got them back. I would love to hear about that. Please be sure to comment below, and then I will catch you in the next feathered video.